Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Allie, and it is morning where we are, pretty early, 5:45. So this morning we will get started on our backs. So let's get in a reclined butterfly today. So take these soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to drop open, and then just begin to lie back. Maybe resting one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Or if this is uncomfortable on the hips, you can always ball up your fists and just place them right under the hips. So if this is super uncomfortable, you can always lie outstretched long, or drop those knees in towards each other. So today we are going to focus a bit on opening the hips and stretching the hamstrings. People in general tend to hold a lot of stress in the hip area, and it's been a week. So for anyone holding any extra tension, stress in the bodies, we're just going to try to relax and release a bit and wake up for the day. So taking those deep inhales and exhales, remembering that we want to stay with our breath as we move through our practice, allowing the breath to help guide our body, allowing the breath to help calm our mind a bit. And we'll start to bring those knees up and stretch the legs out long, reaching the arms up overhead, giving yourself a big full body stretch. From here, we will bring that right knee into the chest. You can just hug the knee in for a moment. And right away, we'll take that left hand to the outside of the right thigh and just start to carry that right leg across the left, coming up onto that left hip. And so we just gently take a twist. So you can keep that left hand on the outside of the right thigh, or you can start to slowly straighten out that right leg. Maybe take that left hand down the right leg a bit, maybe toward the calf, the shin. Just breathing, trying to keep that right shoulder grounded. And we'll come back through center. Release that right leg long and start to hug the left leg in. So again, just squeezing it in tight toward the chest for a moment. And then we'll take that right hand to the outer left thigh. Left arm can come to a T as we just gently guide the left leg across the right, rolling up onto that right hip. And again, trying to keep that left shoulder grounded. You can keep the right leg the left leg just as it is, or you can gently, slowly begin to straighten it out. Maybe guide that right hand down the leg. And you might not, maybe sometimes you reach the foot. You might not this morning. It's possibly first stretch, first thing. And gently come back through center. Release that left leg to the earth. So both knees point toward the sky, feet flat. And then we'll extend that left leg long as we once again hug the right knee in. Take interlace the hands behind that right thigh and extend that right foot toward the sky. So flexing that right foot, and we're just gently pulling that right leg back toward the face, feeling the stretch through the back of the leg. And so that left leg can be long, or you can always have it bent. Sometimes that makes it a bit easier to have that foot planted down. And let's just bend and straighten the right leg a few times. So just bending the knee and then re-straightening it toward the sky. Just seeing if it feels a bit deeper when you stretch each time you straighten it out. Next time it's straight, let's point that toe toward the sky and then reach the hands up toward the foot. So you might not grab the foot and you don't even need to be touching the leg. And then we're just gently going to lift the upper body, the head, as we reach the hands toward the foot, just warming up the core for a moment for a little baby crunch. And release back down. Bend that right leg, cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. So if that left leg is still extended, you can bend it, planting the foot, and we'll interlace the hands as we hug that left leg in, coming into our back reclined pigeon. So hands can be interlaced around that left thigh or in front of the left shin. As you hug the left leg in, maybe use that right elbow to gently press the right leg open. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the neck, shoulders, jaw, anywhere you can release here, while also feeling that stretch on that outer right thigh. And releasing those hands, just gently begin to drop the legs over to the left, keeping them as they are. So the right foot plants down, outer left leg plants down. And then from here, you can take that left hand and just gently press on that inner right thigh. So we're pressing that right knee toward the sky. Again, feeling a little bit deeper into that outer right hip. And breathing. And we'll gently come back through center. Bring both knees in. Let's come into a full happy baby. So reaching the hands for the outside of the feet, shins, thighs. As we take the feet toward the sky, knees toward the earth, bending through those legs. So if you have your hands on your outer feet, you can gently press on the feet so those knees go toward the earth. And just notice, we typically do this at the end of classes, noticing, since we've only worked on one side, if you feel a difference. Maybe take a gentle rock side to side. And bring those knees back in, release the feet to the earth. And then we'll switch sides, extend that left leg up toward the sky. So right foot can be planted on the earth or extended out long, your choice. Hands are behind that left thigh as we just gently pull the left leg toward the face, toward the body. And then we'll just bend and straighten that leg a few times. And then next time the leg is straight, so let's point that foot toward the sky. And then just start to reach the hands toward the foot. As you exhale, gently begin to crunch up, reaching those hands for the foot, lifting the head and upper body for a mini crunch. And exhale, release back down. Bend that left leg, cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Keep that left foot flexed, and we'll start to hug the right leg in, interlacing those hands around the right thigh or shin for our reclined back pigeon. Again, you can use that left elbow to gently press the left leg open. And breathe. Again, notice if you can release any tension in that neck, jaw, shoulders. Releasing the hands, we'll begin to drop the legs over to the right, planting that left foot on the outside of the right leg. And we'll take that right hand to that inner left thigh as we gently just press that left leg toward the sky. And coming back through center. Bring both knees in and then reach for the outside of the feet, shins or thighs for one more happy baby. So take those feet toward the sky, drawing the knees toward the earth. And again, maybe taking a gentle rock side to side. Bring the knees in. And then we are going to transition onto hands and knees into our tabletop. So if you'd like to take a few spinal rolls, you can take the hands behind the thighs, or just taking the hands to the front of the knees as you roll on that spine a few times, front to back, coming all the way forward onto hands and knees, coming into a tabletop. So hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. We'll take a few cat-cows as we inhale, drop the belly, take the gaze and the tail up. And exhale, pressing the earth away as we round the spine, chin comes toward the chest. Inhale, arch up. And exhale, round. And one more, inhale up. Exhale, round. This time, staying in that cat with the rounded spine. Begin to press your hips toward the heels. We're coming into a child's pose. Extending those arms out long in front of you, reaching the fingers forward. Allowing the hips to sink onto the heels. Maybe the big toes touch. Maybe your forehead reaches the earth, and maybe not. I'm taking a moment here to find a bit of grounding. And I think I forgot to mention, as I always typically do, remember that this is your practice. So doing what feels best for your body. Finding variations when you need to, and finding rest when you need to. And gently start to press yourself back up. So we're coming onto our shins. We'll take a toe stretch. So flip the toes under, curling those toes under, maybe even tucking that pinky toe. Sometimes it gets stuck. So we are up on our shins, our knees, hands on the thighs. And we'll take a nice big side stretch here. So we'll take that left fingers toward the earth next to that left leg. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale as you lean over to the left, maybe gazing up under that right arm. And inhale back up through center, right fingers meet the earth on the right side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale over to the right. Maybe gazing up under that left arm. And inhale all the way up. So if you're still have those toes flipped, let's come onto the tops of your feet. Walk your hands behind the back. So fingers are pointing towards you. And we're just leaning back on the hands. And then slowly and gently, if this works and feels okay for you, begin to lift the knees and the shins up so that you feel and find a bit of a stretch in the front of the ankle. It's an area we sometimes forget about. So just gently breathing here, only coming as far as feels okay. And gently release back down. Walking those hands forward once more, come into your tabletop to transition into down dog. As we curl the toes under, start to send the torso toward the thighs and begin to send the tail toward the sky. The spine is long, fingers are spread wide. Maybe pedal through the feet for a moment. As you just wake up your dog. Head is relaxed. And coming to stillness as we inhale the right leg up. And open up that right hip as we bend the leg, right knee toward the sky, heel toward the seat. Really pressing into that right hand. On our exhale, we'll bring the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand for our lizard stretch. So maybe staying up on keeping that left knee lifted today. You can drop it whenever you are ready. I'm just keeping mine lifted for a moment. So that right foot is to the outside of the right hand. Hands are planted down. You could always come to your forearms as you allow those hips to drop, relax. Maybe take a gentle sway side to side. And then if that left knee is still lifted, you can begin to drop it toward the earth. Take the right hand to the right thigh as you start to twist to the right. Maybe coming onto the knife edge of that right foot, pressing that right leg open even more. If you'd like to take a quad stretch, you can begin to kick the left foot toward the left seat and maybe reach that right hand back for the left foot, gazing over the right shoulder. And gently release that right hand back toward the earth. Slowly release that left foot if you have a hold of it. Curl the left toes under, lift that left knee once more, and we'll walk the hands toward the long end of the mat. So toward that left side. So we're in a wide leg stance. Keep walking the hands all the way over to the back of your mat, bending into the left leg, coming into our side lunge, Skandasana. So left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Hands can be on the earth. You can come up through prayer. We won't stay here too long, so you can always keep them down. We'll start walking the hands to the other side, bending into the right leg and straightening the left. Left toes can be toward the sky or the foot can be grounded. And then from here, we're going to stay facing the long end of the mat. Release the seat to the earth. So left leg is long, out wide. Bring that right sole of the foot into the left thigh. Take that left hand anywhere along the left leg. Inhale the right arm up, stretching over to the left. Big side stretch on the right. Inhale the right arm up. Take the right hand to the earth, just next to the right thigh. Inhale the left hand up as you lift the hips, coming up onto the right shin. And that left foot might plant down as we stretch that left side. And exhale, release the hips. Facing the left leg, we'll just walk those hands down the left leg or down the sides of the leg as we fold the body over the left leg. And coming back up, walk the hands to the top of your mat. From here, we're just transitioning to pigeon. So left leg is still straight, reaching toward the back of your mat. You can use the toes to scoot that left leg back. That right leg is bent, the right heel toward the body or toward the left side of the mat, pressing the hands into the earth to find a nice tall spine. And maybe fold forward as you walk the hands forward. Again, we won't stay here for a super long time today. Just a few breaths. And begin to press yourself back up. Curl the left toes under, lift that left knee, and send that right foot back to meet the left, down dog. Maybe pedal through the feet. You can rock the hips side to side. You can always come down into table, take some hip circles. Sometimes that pigeon, we really need to work out afterwards. And we'll switch sides. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Open up that left leg as you stack the hips, bending through the leg, left knee toward the sky, heel toward the seat. Breathing. And on your next exhale, start to center the hips as you bring that left foot forward to the outside of the left hand. Again, maybe keeping that right knee lifted for the first few moments here in this lizard stretch. You could rock gently side to side. You could come onto your forearms. allowing the hips to drop. Really finding a nice stretch through those inner legs, inner thighs, groin area. And if that right knee is still lifted, we'll begin to drop it to the earth as we take that left hand to the inner left thigh and just gently begin to twist toward the left. So again, you can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can kick the right foot toward the right glute. And you could stay here, or you could reach that left arm back for that right foot. Taking the quad stretch. And so if you're here in the quad stretch, trying not to collapse in that right shoulder, really strong with the right hand pressing into the earth. And gently release that right foot if you have a hold of it. Left hand comes back to plant down. And we'll start to lift that right knee as we walk the hands to the long side of the mat on the right side, all the way to the back as we take that side lunge on toward the back of the mat, bending into the right leg. Left toes again can be toward the sky or more planted down. Hands on the earth or up through prayer. And we'll walk the hands back toward the front, coming onto the other side, bending in that left leg. Right leg is straight. Taking a breath. The hands are in prayer. Release them to the earth as you drop the seat. Right leg is straight out wide. And we'll drop that left leg. So left sole of foot is toward the inner right thigh. That right hand can slide anywhere along the right leg as you inhale the left arm up and over. That big side stretch on the left. Inhale the left arm up, taking that hand behind that left thigh as we inhale the right arm up, coming up onto the left shin, lifting the hips. And gently release the seat. And we'll square up over that right leg. Again, you can simply walk the hands down your mat, down that right leg, taking a fold over that straight right leg. You could reach the hands for the foot, shin, thigh, anywhere that feels okay for you. And we'll start to walk the hands back up, walking the hands toward the front of our mat and transitioning into that pigeon pose. So again, we're just taking the right toes to help straighten, stretch that right leg long behind us. Hands are pressing into that mat. So the left leg doesn't need to be parallel to the top of your mat. And again, mornings, I haven't had coffee yet. I forgot to mention on the other side, you can always come onto your back and do back pigeon if that is more in your practice today. Otherwise, we're pressing into the mat, finding a nice long spine, and then maybe walking those hands forward. Maybe releasing the forehead to the earth for a few breaths. And you could always stack the fists, resting the forehead on your fists. Otherwise, taking a few moments to breathe into this deep stretch. We'll begin to press ourselves back up, curling the right toes as we lift the right knee and send that left foot back to meet the right down dog. So you can pedal out through the feet here. And if you would like to take a vinyasa, you can. Otherwise, we'll take a few moments here in down dog, or you can drop the knees. Take a child's pose. Otherwise, you can inhale as you bring yourself forward to plank, high plank pose. Maybe take a few breaths here, or you can gently begin to release yourself down toward the earth, coming into a chaturanga. Transitioning to upward dog or cobra, and back to down dog. And again, just taking a moment here. And we'll inhale that right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale as you pull that right knee toward the nose and step that right foot through between the hands. Runner's lunge. And we'll drop the left foot, so left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And then we'll inhale as we cartwheel the arms up, coming right into a warrior two stance. So we're bending in through that right leg, gazing over the right fingertips. Noticing that we are firmly grounding in our feet, finding strength all the way up through the legs, the core. That right knee isn't collapsing in, it's sort of going out toward that right pinky toe side. And we'll flip that right palm toward the sky as we reverse, left arm down the left leg, right arm overhead. And coming forward, extended side angle, right forearm to the right thigh. As you reach the left arm overhead, so left bicep by that left ear, reaching the fingers forward. You could always drop the right fingers to the inside of that right leg, to the earth if you would like. Inhale as you reverse once more, begin to straighten out that right leg. Reverse triangle. So from here, your feet might be pretty wide. You can gently step that left foot in a bit as we prepare for triangle. Coming back to a T with the arms, reaching the right fingers forward, kicking those hips to the left, and right fingers meet the right shin, thigh, or the earth. Left fingers toward the sky. Feeling as if you have a wall at your back, so we're not collapsing forward with the upper body, and not even putting too much weight in that right hand. Really using the core strength to help us. And so we are coming into half moon for our balance pose this morning. You can choose to take it or not. We will start to gently bend through that right leg, sliding that right hand down that right leg. Plant the right hand in front of and to the outside of that right foot. And then if you would like to stay here, you can. Otherwise, gently begin to kick that left leg up toward the sky. So we're on the right foot and right hand. As we reach those left fingers toward the sky. Left foot is up. That right leg is feeling strong. And we're breathing. And gently begin to rebend into that right leg as you start to lower the left toward the earth. Circle that left hand down to plant the left hand to the inside of that right foot. So we're transitioning that left foot forward to come into a runner's lunge. And inhale the right arm toward the sky for a dragonfly twist. Left hand planted to the inside of the right foot. You can always drop that left knee to the earth here. Again, not collapsing in that left shoulder. We're strong as we press the earth away with that left hand. Exhale, right hand meets the earth, framing that right foot. And we'll begin to straighten out that right leg. So coming into a pyramid pose, or if that left knee is on the earth, you can come into your half splits, sending those hips back. So wherever you are, we have that straight right leg. Inhale for a half lift, coming up onto the fingertips, finding a flat back. And exhale as you fold over that straight right leg. Breathing into this deep stretch. And slowly begin to rebend into the right leg as we frame the foot with the hands, and step that right foot back to meet the left. Down dog. Once again, if you would prefer, you can stay here or you can come forward into plank. And slowly begin to bend the elbows as you lower your body toward the earth for chaturanga. And inhale as you begin to straighten the arms. Coming up into cobra or up dog. Exhale, pressing back, down dog. And switching sides, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bringing that left knee toward the nose and stepping the left foot between the hands. Runner's lunge, and transitioning to that warrior two as we drop that right foot. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up to your T, bending through that left leg, gazing over the left fingertips. Breathing, again noticing the feet firmly rooting down into the earth, helping those legs feel strong all the way up through the body to the mind and the breath. And we'll flip that left palm toward the sky as we reverse, right arm down the right leg, left arm reaches overhead. Coming forward for extended side angle, left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead. Again, left fingers can come to the earth. And begin to reverse, right arm back down that right leg as you straighten out the left leg. Reverse triangle. And coming into a T with the arms, maybe bringing that right foot forward a bit. Preparing for triangle as we kick the hips toward the right, reach those left fingers forward, and drop the left fingers to the left shin, thigh, or the earth. Right fingers toward the sky. Again, really thinking about using the core to help you stay upright in this triangle. And we'll gently begin to come into that half moon if you're choosing to. So bending into the left leg as we slide that left hand down and plant that left hand to the top and outside of the left foot. Gently begin to lift that right foot up off of the earth. So you can keep your gaze at the earth, or if it feels safe and okay, you can gaze up at the right fingers. Breathing into that balance. And gently begin to rebend into the left leg as you drop the right foot to the earth. Circle the right hand down as we frame that left foot with the hands. Pivoting the right foot, so we're in a runner's lunge. Right hand plants to the inside of the left foot. Inhale the left arm up for your dragonfly twist. Again, you can always drop that right knee to the earth. And exhale, left hand down. Transitioning into that pyramid stretch as we begin to straighten out that left leg. Again, that could be a half split if the right knee is dropped. Inhaling up onto those fingertips to find a flat back, and exhale, fold over the straight left leg. And breathe. Really noticing not to hold the breath when you are in any of your deep stretches or holds. And gently rebend that left foot, left leg. Plant the hands to frame that foot, and we'll step that left foot back, down dog. And from here, we will walk the feet up to meet the hands, coming to the top of our mat. Into a ragdoll fold, so you can deeply bend the knees, maybe grasp opposite elbows. You could allow the belly to rest on the thighs as you gently sway side to side. And releasing the hands, we'll begin to slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming all the way into our mountain pose, Tadasana. Head is the last to rise. Hands can face forward or at your sides. We'll inhale the arms up, reaching those fingers high toward the sky. Maybe gaze up at the hands, the fingers. And exhale, hands to heart. So from here, we will step that left foot back, coming into a wide stance, facing the long end of the mat. And bringing the, taking the heels out, toes in, hands can be at your hips. We'll inhale the arms up high, reaching those fingers up toward the sky. Exhale, hands meet at the back of your low back, interlacing the fingers. Inhale as you open up through the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And on an exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, fold forward. And so we go, hands can be at the low back, or you can start to raise them above, reaching for the sky, finding a shoulder stretch here. And if this doesn't work, you can always take the hands to the earth. And gently start to take those hands back to the low back and then release them to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back here. And exhale as you walk the hands over to that left foot, left leg. Exhale, fold over that left leg, so we're just getting a bit of a stretch on that left side here. And we'll start to walk the hands over to the right. So you can have the hands on the earth. You can be clasping the hands around that right ankle. And start to walk those hands back through center. And so we'll come all the way up. You can take your hands to your hips, or you can slightly bend the knees as you circle the arms all the way up, reaching those fingers high to the sky. Hands come to touch. We will turn the feet so the toes are facing out and heels in this time. Exhale as you begin to squat. Hands come to heart center, or your prayer squat, bending through those legs. And you can keep the hands here at prayer, or you can release the hands to your inner thigh, thumbs to the inner thighs, fingers toward the outer thighs. Actually, let's all do that. If this works for you, we'll exhale and drop that left shoulder in as we gaze over the right shoulder. And come back through center. As you exhale, dropping that right shoulder toward the center, gazing over the left. And inhale back through center. Exhale, we'll start to just slide those hands down back to the earth. We'll start to re-straighten the legs, coming back into that forward fold. And taking a twist, plant that left hand just below the face as you inhale the right arm up. And switch sides, exhale, right hand plants down, inhale the left arm up. And exhale, release that left hand. Once more, gently coming all the way up. So hands can be at your hips or slightly bend the knees as you inhale the arms all the way up, reaching up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. You can take small steps or one big step to come back to the top of your mat. Into your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And start to walk those feet to the outside edges of your mat. Toes out, heels in. We'll come into our yogi squat as we gently begin to bend through the legs, knees, dropping the hips. Hands can remain on the earth or coming up through prayer center. Just taking a moment here. Nice tall spine. Maybe use those arms to open the hips, pressing on the legs. And gently release. Allow the seat to meet the earth. And taking those legs out straight in front of us. And we'll take just a gentle fold here. So you don't even need to flex the feet or anything. We're just going to take a nice passive fold, forward fold. The legs can be totally relaxed, or you can have them more active, whatever feels okay for you. And slowly start to come back up and make your way all the way onto your back. So just coming down, again, however feels best. And bring both knees in for a hug. And let's cross that right leg over the left. And then just reach the hands for the outside of the feet or ankles. And just give a gentle tug. So the shins are like parallel to the earth. And we're just feeling a bit of a stretch on the outer hips once more. We're in our cow face pose, but on our backs. So again, knees are stacked. And just gently pulling those ankles, the feet towards the body. And gently release as you lower the legs over to the left for a twist. Arms can come out to a T. And coming back through center as we switch sides. So uncrossing that legs, cross that left leg over the right. And then start to reach the hands for the ankles, the outsides of the feet. So you just gently give a gentle tug. A little bit of a last hip stretch. And gently release the feet, the ankles, as you just gently start to drop the legs over to the right. Arms can again come to a T if you'd like. And coming back through center, unravel. Begin to allow those legs to come out long as you set up for your final resting pose, Shavasana. So allowing your body to take a few moments to really relax, to integrate all this morning movement, your breath. So closing the eyes as you release any residual tension. Relaxing through the temples. And clenching the teeth and relaxing the jaw. And the breath is natural. As you allow the belly, the chest to just rise and fall with the breath. Relaxing the shoulders, down the arms, the fingers, the low back and the glutes. Hamstrings and thighs, relaxing the knees, the calves, and the feet. Allowing your entire body to feel completely heavy. With each exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper into your mat, into the earth. As you find the stillness to just be. So if you have the time this morning, I invite you to stay here for as long as you would like. maybe 3 to 5 more minutes. It's a little shorter Vrishabhasana than we normally take. If you are ready to start your day, you can take a deep breath. Slowly start to move the body as you wiggle your fingers, your toes. When you're ready, you can reach the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. And begin to gently roll over onto your favorite side. Coming into sleeping child's pose as you transition to press yourself up onto your seat. And trying to keep the eyes closed. And taking a moment here to recognize, to remember the restorative effects that the breath can have on the mind and the body. And to remember that you can use this breath throughout your day to help you find a sense of peace and calm. And we'll inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands through heart center. May you have compassion in your thoughts. May you have kindness in your words and actions. And may you have love and peace in your hearts. Namaste.